The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
Guys, I found the lost file. The lost media has been recovered. Yes, sir. We have found it. This game between KT and Abyan, take two. It's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the final stream of the Thriller 32 in Movie May, as we see the 1 seed in the Soda region take on the 8 seed in the Soda region. It's KT versus Abyan. We're very happy to see it happen this time around in prime time on this Thursday night and the final stream of the round in the second to last game of the round. The 5-pack today started with another shocker from Hasim Acosta. The 14 seed continues his role in this very Soda region, knocks out Yoshi in a 7-gamer to start the day this morning, excuse me. And then our first stream of the day featured Toaster Guy and Cody Lamas. Another 7-game heartbreaker for Lamas. Another big win for Toast. In the popcorn region. 4 seed moves on. And then the last stream we saw earlier on this afternoon, Ed Ziemba takes out Vapor in a 6er. He will move on as the 7 seed to take on Acosta, who won. So that is, Soda region. And then we had, due to the API issues we had the other night, we had the resumption between Lane and Hockey. A 2-1 lead for Hockey wiped out at the hands of Lane, and the resumption of that started at game 4, and Lane would win 4-3. So 3 game 7s. What do we have in store for this 1 versus 8 game? And looking over at the bracket in the Soda region, just the other night we saw Tapir sweep Ghost, and the 4 seed awaits the winner in what could be a big regional semifinal here in Soda. Of course, Tapir, that was his first time on the table since T2 after receiving the DQ win. We wish Nightwalker all the best, and then of course Abyan taking out DJ in a gentleman's sweep to set the stage here in the Soda region. Joining me tonight is Jesse Turner and JT. Good to have you back. Good to be in the booth. Here we go with this one. We're not gonna I don't really want to delve too much on what could have happened between these two last time out. It's been well documented. So dig in on what we can see from these two. KT, he's right where he wants to be. We would expect 6 wins on the year coming into his T3. Different scenario, obviously, because he doesn't have that tournament win under his belt like he did last year. But, there's a lot of parity starting to form, and he's able to really, think about, hey, I'm third in wins. I'm feeling pretty good. And then on the other side, you have Abyan, who we, of course, again, well documented, was this supposed to play him, and then now he sits at 2-2 after the win against DJ, trying to make some more momentum out of his season. What do you see out of this one between these two?
Absolutely, man. Glad to rejoin you up in the booth here for another epic showdown here. You brought up KT and Abyan and the stakes that are faced for each of them this evening. First up, KT. I mean, the man really needs no introduction. Just, everything he's done, everything he's accomplished, and he's obviously riding with a lot of momentum right here. Even though he doesn't have that tournament win so far in 2025, I don't really see any real reason for him to be fretting over anything or anything. And over, of course, Abyan. I mean, with him, living, pretty much halfway across the whole world and being able to, make up the schedule. I'd say there's a little bit more that's at stake for Abyan. I mean, he is the lower seed. KT is number 1. Abyan's 8. So, I mean, he's not too far separated from him, although, it's still a considerable amount to get to KT's level. But I remember how KT, he mentioned, that the earlier months, he seems to have it figured out better. March Madness, he has an insane, record for March Madness, and even April and May. So I hope it's going to be up to KT to keep up that edge and maybe go the distance in May, so he can, maintain his dominance all year long. But of course, unless Abyan has anything else to say. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. They both got a lot of finesse, and I'm going to be excited to see what comes from this.
All right. We'll start with KT. Boss, welcome back to the table, my friend. Talk to me about this one, because, we were talking before we came on about the parity of the league. We just saw Acosta get another win as a 14 seed in this very tournament. Talk to me about, where your head's at with the parity. I mean, obviously you got 7 wins, one of them being a DQ leading to this very game, unfortunately, but thoughts on coming in? You got the 6 true wins, but the parity is making it look a little bit brighter for you, even despite not having that tournament win under your belt. Thoughts on this one against Abyan as well, being able to play him despite the well-documented challenges we had last time out.
2023 was the front end year. You had to make your wins in the back end. You had to make your wins in the back end. 2024 was the front end. This year is no front end or back end. It's just survive. It's going to be your survival. We're at 7 wins here. I'm feeling confident in the sense that, okay, win or lose tonight, we're on house money. We're right there, right? Doing a great job 14 rounds into this championship. You got 50% wins. You start playing the percentages, it's looking pretty good. Obviously, tonight, it's not about lost file for me. It's basically the only way I know deep down I'm going to lose this game is if I beat myself. It's that simple. I've looked back at all my data. I decided to go to the beach today, just have a little time, just clear my mind. And I said in the morning after I got done with my event, well, when we go to the beach, clear my mind, just feel that salty air, right? Just let it hit you in the face. Let it touch your beard and say, that's it, right? And that's what it's going to be tonight. Just don't beat yourself. Play your brand of Uno you know how to play, and we'll go from there. Listen, Abyan, this is it's been well documented that, forget the whole crap last tournament, we're the only 2 guys that have any connection, in my opinion, to this side of the world. Obviously, Indonesia, Thailand, or I'd like to believe are friends, right? So we do have that connection. Obviously, he's from Indonesia. I've got Thai roots. This one's special. We both want this bad. We want to be there at the end of the year speaking. That's that fresh Bangkok air. So I'm looking forward to this. I know he's a good kid, right? We had a good heart-to-heart conversation last tournament. He understands where I'm at, and I'm sure I understand where he's at with Caesar when we had that call. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun night. Looking forward to it. I get to go in my office, man. I always say this every time. No hosting, just an hour to go in my office here, enjoy, relax, get away from running a reveal show, whatever, or trying to figure out a schedule. Just go in my office for an hour or 2 and then just have fun with it.
Office, not the principal's office, though.
Just in my rocket ship. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Sure. Yes, sir. All right. Appreciate those thoughts. Abyan, again, same kind of thing. Just don't want to really put too much emphasis on what we saw between you two with the mishaps last tournament. So putting that out of your head, just thoughts on this game, going up against KT, who is we all know is a well-established figure in the league. Oh, he's got 7 wins on the year, and you're kind of trying to starting to turn around for yourself. Thoughts on that and playing against KT? Obviously, a steep challenge.
Well, I forgot how many times I've played with KT. First one is obviously at the mid server, which is the reason I'm in the server alone. As he invited me, I think that was 2023, at the end of 23. I don't think I've ever win against KT. Again, I kind of forgot about the stats, so yeah, it's gonna be a hard one, but hopefully a good underdog story can be on my side and just win again the top tier, the top seed of this tournament, at least on this bracket alone. So yeah, just hopefully for good luck, yeah.
Good luck all around. Should be a fun one. 1 versus 8 in the Soda region. We are ready to rock and roll. Cody Smart's going to be our ref. He'll put the cards in. Boss, first call to you. How many?
14. You know my drill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right,
Here
here
we go. Time to get stoked, everybody.
Fresh off of Bi Island is KT. Almost full send indeed. Double OG ready to rock and roll. The last player to land from Bi Island. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, I'm checking the status page. It looks fine. Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, it's not cooperating with the card selection.
Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
What's going on?
Great. API looks fine to me.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Let me check. Don't ping it. Don't ping it. Don't ping it. Let me check the.
Check the portal.
No, I'll check the server first. The other server. Not one single issue, so I don't know what's going on here.
It's still online. It's just not responding to ref commands.
Yeah, there's not a single issue. What is this? That might be a.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was able to respond to the power play.
Yeah, that was
not the card
about
start.
Yeah, that was about a little while ago. Well, no, it's not responding to any ref commands, so.
No, that is a grim issue. That's a grim issue. Because Cody Smart was able to put in the ref I and all that.
Yeah. Let me see.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, no, it's not responding at all. Yeah. Wonderful.
No, sorry out there, fans. Mate, we'll look to get this issue resolved soon, and then we'll get to fingers crossed. We'll get to play time.
That is 200.
Oh boy.
Why can't we get a break, man?
I
This
have
is
to.
this is now this is,
dang it.
this is now a grim issue, and now we don't have Grim on.
Great.
You guys need a Kit Kat bar. We're gonna need a whole lot of breaks for this.
Snickers?
JT. We spit bars even if we don't, even if we ain't
What
playing.
was the rhyme? What was the rhyme? I'll match the rhyme.
Yo, drop that line against JT.
You guys need a Kit Kat bar. We're gonna need a whole lot of breaks for this.
Yes,
Call me a
sir.
break.
Yes, sir.
I'll call me a break. I'll be the circuit breaker. Go downstairs, right floor, double K square with the A. I'll do it one day. I'll rap it one day.
Let's just do freestyle while we wait for anything.
Well, I guess the good news is this is the one guy here that can fill dead air like a pro. So I guess I'll kind of hack the stream here. Well, hijack it for a second.
Welcome into the studio, KT. Good to have you.
Let me get my mic on right here. That's not good.
What?
Did he just drop off?
I don't know if he left on purpose or not.
Oh yeah, Abyan. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Well,
Can't do
no
anything
different
right
than
now. Can't
Carson
do
not being the
anything,
beast
so.
yesterday.
Well, God damn. Calm down.
Big
Anyway.
shit.
Now on stream, that's crazy. Oh, there. Oh, well. Are we just slowly gonna get torched?
We lost both our players.
What the?
How
Bro, okay,
tragic.
I think that was crazy. Is Discord's watching? Discord's watching.
Are we descending into the Bermuda Triangle? I thought we already escaped from Bermuda last year.
Here we go.
We're descending into Bermuda, bro. That's crazy.
Bro. What is going on?
I can't ref a single normal game in this league. Something always has to happen.
What is
Oh
wrong with
boy.
No, that's 100% on my internet. That's not on you guys. What the heck?
No, it's just crazy that Abyan dropped and you dropped.
Yeah, my internet just okay. Now we're good. That's weird. Probably because I have OBS. I still have too many. I have too many tabs open. I still have OBS. That's my fault. Okay, but back to this. Listen. This season's just been crazy, man. We've had so much parity in the league. We've had a bunch of, you name it, we've had it. It's been just one of those years. I don't know what really to say other than it's been one of those years of just survival of the fittest, right? It's been one of those situations where you can't really predict who's going to come out on top. Every game is different, so see how it goes.
Yeah, it's and JT. I mean, who knows what we could see tonight if we even get a game tonight. I mean, look at all the crazy. I mean, we got 2 14 seeds in the regional semifinals in this one. Literally, yeah. We're seeing the resurrection of Varigold to a degree, as well as seeing the resurrection of Acosta, Sean Ard involved in a resurrection on story arc. It's just crazy what we've been seeing in this T3. Like normally we see things maybe settle down a little bit. Normally March is the one, like March Madness key term. Normally March is where all the seeding it kind of goes out the window, but we kind of seen that go out the window. We've seen so many double-digit seeds move on across these first 2 rounds as we're running down to the end here. Thoughts on that going around with all these guys coming out of the woodwork and getting their wins?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'll be the first one to say it. I mean, as someone who was there to commentate and stream the Carson and Sean Ard game last night, and that was even though the stream wasn't 100% perfect, the entertainment value that Carson and Sean gave us, that was one of the most top-notch series I've ever seen, and just the way it all came down to the double Uno game 7. That's Stanley Cup kind of hype for NHL. I mean, I literally got NHL playoff hockey on my TV right now. So the same kind of hype, same kind of excitement. And Sean Ard was able to send Carson into the slammer, and Ard's able to advance to the sci-fi 16 and just keep on going. That was one of the more fun examples I've seen of a person, a player, finding their kind of their forte again in this. And also for Acosta, him going so long without a win in 2025, and now he's just picking him up, putting him down. It's like he's finally caught on, and he's really on a roll too. So Acosta, Sean, and there are a couple of guys that have really turned up the wick. So it's great to see for them.
Yeah, crazy to see indeed, and just gonna have to see what goes down. And we obviously have, another 15 seed in Mac Johnson awaiting play tomorrow afternoon against background character. So that's another one that could upend some plans. Background being one of the rookies. He's had some feast and some famine. 3-2 on the year. Has made some big upsets, but still, and is up above the 8 line. So it's a big opportunity for him for sure. And I mean, unfortunately, the best rookie in terms of record gone. We may, who knows if we're after that T2 run, if we're gonna be able to get him through it again. Busy with exams, and that's what we've seen a lot of times. Talk about hockey, who had a 2-1 lead on Lane. If it weren't for the API issues the other night, who knows what could have happened between them. And it's just it's crazy to see all this parity. And yeah, it's just there's still a lot of similar guys at the top though. You got 4 legends within the top about 11 in record, so still. But yeah, pretty Great parody. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what we can really do at this point. We had these. Yeah, we had that pop up
I'm gonna try.
earlier.
I'll put a ticket in, but I don't know what they can really do
Well,
either.
Brad, I don't know if it was really a resurrect. I'm talking more about like longer droughts. Like Brad definitely. I think we all knew that Brad was gonna find a way to get a win. You know, he just had a couple tough breaks, and obviously Ed, I think maybe to a lesser degree, but I mean he just got a big win today as well. So, yeah, still a lot of games to be played. Still got 2 whole more tournaments after this, so there's still a lot, even for the people that have lost. Like we've got a lot of people still looking to try and get on the horse. A lot of people who have been on the horse and are riding like crazy, but we now have we've got Lane and Toast just both joined that 6-win club today. And that's along with currently 5 other people, that being G after his run in T2, and then obviously had a round 1 win, or no, not by Island, I'm sorry, so no win there, but unfortunately fell to Sanford. But you know, he's enjoying his vacation in Spain, college graduation. And then you have Monkey Myth, Lane, Toast, all there. Ed could be joining that club if he can get another win next round. Vapor had a shot at it. Obviously fell to Ed. But there's a lot to be had. But the parity just keeps on growing, and we've talked about it at the top. It's starting to feel like Super League might be the bar to make it might be a little bit lower. May not need to get as many wins as you would have a season ago. Nick.
Well, I mean, you saw last year we just had that stupid good rookie class. It was
yes,
ridiculous. It was probably the best rookie class I would say in the history of this league. But now we're talking about guys that are just, I hate to say it, it's whatever at this rate.
There is a legend that's 0-3, and he's in the booth.
Well, Jake is still
I don't know if he
said
that on purpose, man.
Right.
I was like, he said at least there isn't a legend with 0-3. I'm like, dog, you forgot JT's a legend?
JT can figure it out, man.
I think he will.
Anybody can figure it out now. We talked about it. The competition's just getting better. Gio had done, I'm not going to spoil too much. I pick a corner player, which means it's called the classic corner. It's one of my things I do with the media team. And Gio picked out some players, and I'm not going to spoil those 2 players. And Gio picked out these 2 players, and he talked about the competition level. And well, the competition level is just getting better. It's only going to get better, and there's no slowing down. Right. Now, will it eventually hit a cliff? Yeah, we're going to get into a cliff. There's no doubt. But right now is not the time for a cliff. We're just going to keep rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Diego. Yeah, I mean, if G-Man can, go through a valley and then, bounce back, climb a mountain again, I mean, I'm just capable. I'm not giving up by any means.
Nor should you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whittling it down. Yeah.
I was gonna say like other new players, not necessarily new players, but I guess players who have like really turned up the heat, like from last year to this year, from 24 to 25. Like I'd say like Ed for sure. He's really come into his own. Lane, especially him too, with his win against
pushing.
Hockey.
He's up there. Yeah, Hockey really. I who knows? And again, we can talk about it all day with those 2, like Lane and Hockey. Like what could have been for Hockey had that the API had come down on that, but yeah, anyone can bounce back from a long drought, and I think Hockey's definitely showed a lot. In in his I mean, it was only one win, but I think he showed a lot that he can run it with others, and it's not just low tier fast games. Because that's the player I played in D2 a season ago. We played 5 games and it was 9 minutes long the entire series. The first game was 5 minutes. The next 4 games were a minute. So, and that was on the old bot. So I think it's all about evolving. My play style from this time of season, like T1 last year to T1 this year, completely different. And I think a lot of that I have to credit to, watching all these games in D1 and D2, seeing all the different strategies and seeing what makes people successful. And I think
there's always going to be that, man. That's the beauty with this league. There's always going to be that, I guess, breaking point, I guess you could say. But you get to a certain point where nowadays you have all these breaking points and you have all these, I guess you could say, technicalities. But the bottom line is, you look at everything that's happened this year, there still is one, I guess, common denominator, and that's the fact that anybody can still win. You can have 0 wins right now, as JT is, but I still don't want to rule him out. I still think in my heart he's got a shot, And the beauty part of this league is we're not even halfway through the championship yet. The championship is finally halfway next round.
Yeah.
And if you have 6-7 wins, you're comfortable, because you break it up into 2. You have 15 rounds and you have 7 wins. Think about it. If you do another 7 wins in the last 2 tournaments, you're going on to have a 14-win season. Now, is that what you need to get in Super League? Maybe as the bar this year to be a 1? I don't think so. I really think a bye could be a 10. It's just there's just so much parity, and we talk about regulations, not relegation. Regulations. The regulations have changed so much. We have so many different regulations now. I put a ticket in, by the way. We'll see what they say.
Okay.
They're usually good with that. But the point is, the regulations have changed. When Charles Sanford, myself, guys like JT, first came into this league, we were dealing with the best of 11s, best of 7s, 3 power play era, 4 power play. Those days are gone, right? Those days favored guys like myself, Sanford. Now, granted, I'm still up there, right? But partially it's because, let's face it, if I don't have March to bail me out, my career isn't really, half my wins in my career have been in March or T5. You take those away, I'm kind of just whatever, right? But that's the beauty of this league, man. You can skin it different ways. You can be a front end player and have 7 wins to start the year, or you can have 2 wins to start the year and get hot. And there's no right answer, which is beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Loving to see that motion, that movement, by the way, on that thing. But anyway, yeah, we're for those of you just joining us, we are having a bot issue.
This one's real, yeah.
This one, yeah, we are, legit. We are unsure of the exact cause of this one. We are trying to figure out what's going down. Doesn't seem to be API this time. As the status looks stable, although we had those issues the other night, which, of course, seem to be bound to happen with Discord, and that's really just seems to be what happens sometimes when we get into those situations. And but doesn't seem to be that way this time. It responded to us initializing the game about almost an hour ago now. But before we started stream, we had to wait a little bit until Abyan got done with breakfast, obviously, over in Indonesia, and we were able to get us started. But then when we were ready to play, the commands did not go through. We are working on trying to figure out what's going down. We've sent a ticket off to our server host, hoping to hear back from them. But yeah, we're waiting this one between the top seed KT and the 8 seed Abyan. And in the interest of my own mental sanity, I'm going to make the call to take a pause on stream here for the moment. We hope to return with a game here, but we are going to, I'm going to pause stream here for the moment, and we will come back. If we are able to come back tonight, we will come back tonight, but I'm going to make the call here, so we aren't rambling on about God knows what for an hour or two. But for now, we are going to take a pause. For those of you watching on stream, stay tuned to Discord for updates. But for now, we are going to just be holding here until we know more about this issue. We are back. Welcome back to the Soda Region Round 2 Thriller 32. We are here after a little bit of a delay. We would like to give our thanks to MGR and Sparktoast for helping us out getting the bot back online. But we are here and ready to go. I'm not going to waste any time with this one. We've talked to the players. We've got our opening thoughts from everyone. Me and JT gonna be here. JT gonna be here till the top of the hour. Then it'll just be me, but we're gonna keep it going. We got time from the players, so KT wanted that double OG to start us off. Cody Smart, you can put it in. We are gonna play game 1 right here and right now.
All right, well, sure, we
Yeah,
got
14.
we got ourselves a little bit of a rain delay, but the storm is blowing over now. The track has been dry. We're ready to get on the action,
Yes.
and it's been a long time coming, and we are underway.
Harp is off the field, whatever sports metaphor you want to put out there. We are going, rocking and rolling now. We are playing Uno a little bit later, about 90 minutes later than we were expecting, but we are rocking and rolling here in the Soda region. 14 aside, here we go. Starting on the Logan 3, going to the background 8 in the red to start us off. And again, we talked earlier about JT, about how, methodical some of the players at the top, like KT, can play. And it's going to come down to, it's going to be hard to read what it come from, at least him, maybe from Abyan, because, of course, we talk about, Draw City could mean a lot of things. For some people, it may just mean you're iced on a color, but other times you may be trying to pull a different angle. Talk to me about how that methodical play style can really, muddy the waters in terms of what you see from up in the booth.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's that kind of thing. It does happen more often than you think. I mean, I recall the match that I commentated last night between Sean Art and Carson. How there'd be many times where they would get close to 2, close to 1, and then they'd run dry and they'd have to draw back. So that both these guys are going to have to be careful. I mean, given KT and Abyan's experience, I'm sure they'll likely not get to that point. But I mean, you never can know.
Yeah, and KT, they'll both play patient, I believe. KT will definitely play patient. They're not going to make a breakdown to that point without having a clear path to victory. As we cross back from the green to red, and we're running again on the red, so just one color switch to speak of here early on, and you start to wonder. This is about the range where where you might start see your first warning shots. KT couple draws in green, behind by a couple, but now he seems to be loading up something here as we've gone a couple more deep into the red, and there is a big one.
Look at
Quad
that there.
play +6 into yellow.
Yeah, KT with them early stingers. I mean, those kind of plays. That's my terminology for him. You get that kind of a triple and a quad play, I mean, of course, Abyan, he's not fretting about this at all. I mean, he's got a lot more ammo in the tank.
You'd think, yeah. Sent back beyond the starting line, back to 15, and they're just going to run clean. KT down to a mere 6 cards to Abyan's 14. And
I mean, it's still a good position nonetheless to be down on the lower end. I mean, of course, you got to hope all the cards that you dealt onto the player, he's got nothing to respond to you with, and it might be deadly if things go wrong.
Definitely so. KT goes to the top floor 9 on the yellow. At a cost of 9, what a time it's been for him lately. Moving on to the Sci-Fi 16 to start our 5-game slate today as a 14 seed in this not in this region, but in the in this region, excuse me. It's possible they could winner of this could meet them in the final, not in the regional final, in the Epic 8, as we go 6 down 1 to 5 on the Stingray. And KT's run really the only thing that's making a difference here. See if Abyan maybe tries to consider some kind of play back here as he's behind by 8 and KT's getting close to a range where you gotta start to worry. No cards thrown his way, keeping it yellow and closing on a ditto, and now KT's gonna draw after the triple.
Yeah, he did that triple play to go back to Stingray, and KT's got a draw on that. So, I mean, he's only down to the single digits, so he doesn't have that much to work with, or he might be planning a different kind of run.
Quick to red, and KT almost instantly draws again. I wonder if that was wholeheartedly intentional there.
Yeah, that's pretty rare, but I mean, he's gonna roll with it. Whoa! Yeah, good switch over to lane using that number efficiency to help him out.
Zero sugar there on the Ed. Just saw him moving on today over Vapor. Our previous stream today. And KT again typing backs up. Has a double play there. Carson into the Gangsta Peon. I can't even talk. Peter on Gangsta.
No, you're good. Yeah.
We all tired here. We all been waiting a long time to get this one done. A little extra hour, nothing, another extra 90 minutes on top of the time we've been waiting since T2, and obviously +2 there from Abyan. That might be a big one there to try and even the score.
Over to Nick.
Oh, yeah, actually puts him ahead. So now Abyan within striking distance after being back by 8 from that KT +6 early on, and now it is neck and neck at this point. Great work there, JT, really, from Abyan to be able to chip away and find the spots where he could slow down KT to make his pushes forward like that. Crossing back to red on the Tapir. KT hitting the deck quickly. Abyan down to 3. It's not an official comeback, but he's definitely making one.
Yeah, this might be where we see some of the heat happen now that they're getting, down to 3, 2 to 1.
+4, is this it?
There's some heat. There it is. Is he going to connect?
And reverse, I think he closes
yes,
this. He does on the KT Wild. Big flex for game 1. And Abyan, talk to me about your mindset in that first game. He sends you back beyond the starting line there, back to that 15. Talk to me about what it took for you to chip away at it and find a way to make up that deficit and get ahead like that and be in a position to be successful in that game 1.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just you were sent back by that +6 early, back to that 15 mark. Thoughts on what it had to take? What did it take for you to be able to chip away like that and find ways to slow KT down as you chipped away closer and be able to put yourself in a position to win like that?
Oh yeah. So that +6, I got lots of ammos there. I don't have lots of ammos before that. I forgot, but most of them are just numbers. So yeah, thank you for those 6 draws. I think. Thank you, KT.
KT, thoughts on that? Obviously, I mean, game 1's a feeler. We talk about it all the time in the booth. Do you think maybe the aggression level got to change a little bit about after that? I mean, thoughts on, I guess that on the aggression level, considering he got a lot of ammo from that, and what was slowing you down in the end game there? Because it seemed like you were stalling out late there as well when he had those switches. Because it was clean until you pulled that until you pulled that first combo out that gave him the options he had.
Nothing did wrong there. All I had was a red +2, green +2 off the start. It was all numbers. So you throw them there, just try to see if it works. Because that's all I had. He did a good job on that green ISO. I think, okay, well, that's all I got left is a green 2. I'm left with a green +2, right? Is that all I can really think of? I don't know. So the only thing I did is I had a green +2 set. Could have did a triple red +2, green +2, yellow +2.
Yeah.
That's sending him back to oblivion, though. I don't play that like that.
No.
I figure 6 is enough cards. That should be clean. But that's all I really had. Really couldn't do much in the blues. All numbers on the reverse. Optimized the game. It's all good.
Yeah.
We'll move on to game 2. I understand the read now, so that's always good.
Yeah. Feeler kind of game. JT, obviously, you definitely don't know if you necessarily need to consider adjustments on ammo like that, considering what KT said he's had. So I guess it's maybe just kind of a case of game 1's kind of feeler. He just said he got the read there in his comments there. Thoughts on that first one? And I mean, they both were probably running clean on numbers in hindsight as well. So interesting to see how that affects the rest of the series. Thoughts on that first game?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'll just keep it brief here. But
yeah.
I mean, I honestly really didn't see any player do anything wrong. I mean, just that was really a chill first round more than anything. I mean, KT did that 6-pack stinger on Abyan initially, and then Abyan worked his way back, and then he used that action card to finish out. So, yeah, I mean, it's a kind of what I expected out of these guys, very early. But I mean, KT, I mean, he could very well tie it up. He'll just have to get a luckier hand when he gets down to 4 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards. So that's what he's got to rely on.
Yeah. It was looking a little old school until that +6 gave Abyan the ammo he needed to run down. So we'll see if that kind of vibe continues on. So KT, still open board. How many cards for game number 2?
13. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine. We'll go on down to the Baker's Dozen, OG said, however you like to put it. And Cody Smart will put it in, 13. That game 2 coming your way. There it is. And off and running. Abyan did not self-draw a single card in that first game. KT with 4. A few switches here and there, but apart from those ISO, the ISO was key for him to chip away as well as having the ammo at the end. But we'll see how that goes. So, Boss going for a immediate cross from green to yellow off the start, and they'll both run it clean in yellow. And I think that game 1 was definitely a sign, JT, that these guys they're gonna play conservatively with their ammo. In hindsight, neither really had much until Abyan got that 6-pack, but I think they're both gonna play. I think it seems to me that they're both gonna play kind of, number efficient and try and save their ammo for finishes like we just saw. Other than like a leverage play like we kind of saw from KT, but that's kind of all he had.
Yep. Yeah. Good point, not short. The sense of play that I'm getting is both guys are doing it very conservatively right now. Just not being too aggressive too soon. Otherwise, you'll get yourself into a bad spot. As Abyan triples.
No cards, no freshies thrown at him though. It's just a double reverse into a green 5, and KT's just gonna play it cool with the Aria 1, just behind by a card after that triple. So Abyan trying to steal that home table again. He stole it late in game 1, and then now he's trying to steal it early in game 2. And oh my goodness, Abyan with some heat.
Wow, a 6-pack of his own.
Another 6-pack going the other way, and now KT sent back again beyond the starting line, stealing what he just dished out to Abyan in game 1. Now we'll see if KT can try and come back from behind 10 cards here as he makes a double play, makes it an 8-card deficit. 13-5. Abyan iced on the blue, and that is a big move. Considering he went into it and maybe looking for another switch.
I was going to say we got a role reversal now from game 1. Now KT is the one who's trying to claw his way back from, being many cards down.
Yeah, he's playing the ISO games just like Abyan did in game 1. And the turns seem to be tabling here, dare I say, as Abyan continues to be hitting the deck in blue. And KT just continues to chip away, pulls a Brad Deuce out there, and now it's just within 2 cards in the blink of an eye. And Abyan has a 2 in the hand, and he moves to red, but wouldn't be surprised if KT's got still more in the pocket here.
Yeah, he very well could, but
Yep,
I mean,
does. 1 up this time.
When you get dealt 6 cards like that,
Yep.
I mean, you got to have something. I mean,
Yeah.
Abyan, he pretty much made a perfect example of game 1.
Yeah. And, Abyan playing more aggressive, has a Wild in there with a Seth Wild, goes down to 6. Now we'll see what Boss does here. He's got a Ypez 7.
Yep, still taking the conservative route here. I mean, no shame in that. Just to calmly run your numbers until you get yourself a good run and use it.
And 1 up this time to the Chomik 8 from Abyan. Abyan looking to try and go up 2-0 in the series and sweep out this road stand, but he's down to 5. KT's quick on his heels. I feel like there might be a run brewing for him if he wants to try and steal this one back. And it definitely looks like he's loading something up, and he does.
Oh, yeah, he did. Fabulous quad play by KT. I mean, Abyan kind of sensed something was going to happen, and sure enough, it did.
Oh, that, yeah, so the +2 did not, if he had a +2, yeah, that did not work. So if there was a +2, he may not have had that because it didn't even register as anything, so. Red 6, though, closed it, so it's just a triple skip into red. Either way, it's Abyan's turn, and no red. And it's double ISO.
Wow. They've ran the reds dry. They bled the reds dry, if you will.
Exactly. Top deck 3 from Abyan. See if this sets up something for the boss. It does. It puts him into blue with the Andy 3, and now KT trying to take the momentum, and Abyan has nothing, and this might be the turn that KT needed here. Oh, but he's also iced.
Yeah,
He was
also iced
trying to
on the
pull some
blue.
ISO.
That's not good news. I mean, it's one thing if you're iced on one color, but 2, that's not what you want to have.
They might be both on it, though, but Abyan sets up his own number efficiency going to green, and now he's trying to make a break here. Still ahead by 2. Vapor G6 over there. Boss quick on his heels, but Abyan trying to set something up, but I don't think it's going to come down to anything more than double if they've been iced on this. Oh,
and there we go. There we go.
Eating my words, ladies and gentlemen. Eating my words. Yeah, that is great. That is great control there. I gotta say, Abyan, I gotta guess that green skip to start your run probably came from those draws there, because I doubt you were holding on to that for that long and being iced like that, especially with KT quick on your heels there. Thoughts on that, and being able to fend off a similar comeback that you mounted in game 1, sending him back to 15.
I actually have almost all the ammos from green and yellow since
Wow.
the start.
A great
So
pick.
I just praying that we play green and yellow, but blue and red, that's the downside. I don't have blue and red, so every time blue and red, I just draw and draw. But
Yeah.
at the end there, I just got lucky because I got a
Set up
blue
yeah.
9
Set up that
and then
9.
green 9 and just run it all down. Yes.
Right. Yep. Yeah, KT, I mean, basically the turns were tabled. The tables were turned from game 1 with you being sent back like that. This time you weren't able to mount the comeback as Abyan did in game 1. I mean, you pulled out those good double ISO plays, but ultimately he set up that number efficiency at the end. Thoughts on that?
He had the better hand at the end of the day with the yellow and green. I tried to go red ISO, blue ISO. I knew he didn't have blue and red.
Yeah.
My final draw, well, not my final draw, I finally got a what was it? A regular wild, but even then, when I did go back to red, I mean,
Yeah.
at that point, I knew we had yellow greens because I wasn't getting a single one. So I'm thinking just gotta avoid it. The only thing I could do is maybe go ISO red, but then it's gonna be a KT Classic. So then you go into that, and then all it's gonna take is at this point just one connector. So I'm not concerned because we've seen guys go up 2-0 today, and it flipped just like that. And we've seen that today with Cody. We've seen that today with I don't even know who else was up 2-0. Ed was up 2-0, and Vapor came back a little bit. So
Hockey was
not,
up 2-1
I'm not
in
really
that
not
suspended game.
Yeah. Someone else was up 2-0 today, and I think it was Acosta. I looked back at the logs, so he was up 2-0, and I went 7. Not over yet. We're still in it. We got a long way to go here. Not getting any of my favorite cards either. Not getting my wilds and +4s. So I've got to try to figure out how to play isolation, which is key. So I'm learning some things on ISO, which is good. That's all I can ask for sure.
All right. Yeah, learning some stuff on the ISO and JT. It'll just be interesting to see how much more he implements that, because it seems to be that's the play he needs to make, because Abyan's had the answers on everyone, and now the arrow shifts over, and we'll have to see how much that plays in as Abyan's going to have call. Be interesting to see. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's momentum's key. Abyan's got it right now. As a KT, it's good that he's made that statement on what he learned as far as ISO goes, which he got unlucky a few times there that game, but we'll see if he'll be able to fix that. As it'll be Abyan's call.
All right, it will be Abyan's
Well,
call. No 13-14.
ladies and
Abyan.
gentlemen, we have 13, we have 14. The next logical answer shall be 15.
Oh, all right.
How about
We're
that?
sending it. Yeah, I think this may be a lot of high tier night here from both of these guys. JT, they both have seemed to really play well. Nobody's really made any mistakes here. So I think the high tier might be just the way we might be going tonight, as we run into the Sen with the M6 to start us off.
Totally. Like the high tier card starts. That's pretty much these guys' nature. Yeah, anytime you have them play, like I can already expect that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, definitely. And they're both running clean on the blue, and just like that, we're in the yellow with the Sting 5, game 3. And we'll see who makes the first move, or who has the first time hitting the deck. That is the question. Seems to be the make or break kind of statement we have here. It's either the first warning shot or the first ISO, but here comes Abyan with a little bit of a shot there. Goes
Abyan
with the
already
+2.
attacking.
Staying yellow, Boss just continues to run it. Abyan has a mere advantage. Abyan, though, after that +2, 7, or +2, 7, nothing after that. And KT's just going to continue to run it. But Abyan finds another 7 in the deck, and KT's still nipping on his heels, and that's just what every game has been. It's just been nail biters down to the end, but ultimately Abyan's had the ammo at the end. He's controlled that well. The first game he got it from the 6-pack. The second time he was saving a lot of that, but he was just too color at the end there, as we see trips 3 on the board, crossing from red to blue off the yellow, and staying blue will be Abyan. Abyan ahead by a couple.
It's real interesting, seeing how KT he's gotten unlucky, like right at the ending point where he's got a strike. He just hasn't really gotten as much luck, and Abyan he's gotten what he needed both times.
Definitely so. Abyan to old JT right there. There he is, and there's that 6-pack again from KT, triple play this time. Sends Abyan back to 14. So the question now is, can KT, with that 6-pack, be able to run it down from his last 7 cards, or is Abyan going to be able to chip away again? And KT looking to try and make it 2-1, get back in the series. 2-1, a lot different from 3-0. And he
Yep,
just
yeah, he's drawing him back now. Now he's trying to find whatever momentum he can.
Find his weakness, and he commented on people being up 2-0 and being down 2-0 and still being able to come out with it. No lead is safe in this league. Never have we seen a lead be perfect, unless you have a 4 or 5 in a best of 9, 6 in a best of 11. So we're going green right now.
Yeah, now we dabble into the greens. Now we got some usage of all 4 colors and up into a 9. Abyan's going to keep going. But KT's got a healthy lead. Going to get down to 3, getting closer to where he needs to be. They still got the power play to use too.
Oh my
check
goodness.
this out.
Oh my goodness. And there's the boss flex going the other way.
KT delivering the fire.
Who needs +4s, right? Who needs +4s?
Who needs those? Yeah. Yeah, KT, I think that's just kind of, you got it back after the first one. You were able to bring it back with that plus with the 6-pack, and you got, I guess he just didn't have as many options, it seemed, and that green was all you really needed. Thoughts on getting back in this one?
Yeah, I didn't have many options either on the color. Yellow, I only had the numbers, so he was juiced on yellow, so I figured, okay, he's juiced on yellow, and let's see what we can do. Tried the +2. I tried that game 1. I figured I'd go back to it because I noticed he was deficient on yellow, and I had that wild back pocket, so work with what you got, play the game, and enjoy yourself. That's kind of how I won that one. Really, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Abyan, I guess just from that, there really wasn't a whole lot to say about it because it was really just mostly the switches there. I mean, was there anything else was there something else you could have done other than switch to green? Is the only thing I could maybe ask to maybe find a different outcome there, because obviously he had the run in a few colors there to make the win there.
Well, I go just play the +4. I'm just not sure if I need to play the +4. I'm not sure if you want to go for the 4 in a row, but I bit my tongue and should have played +4.
Should have played, yeah. It's all hindsight, though. I think you've still been playing well, so yeah, JT. I mean, it's tough. It's tough for your Abyan. Probably had something to defend in the back pocket. Just maybe got away from him a little bit. I suppose we'll see if maybe you see any adjustments on the aggression. It's definitely possible, but he's still in command, and he's still got one more home start coming up.
Oh yeah, I mean, KT, he's doing what he can to swing the momentum back to his side, swing the pendulum back. I mean, he did it exceptionally good that time. We'll see what game 4 starts, even though it'll be another roadie. But yeah, we have 2 straight road wins by Abyan, 1 road win by KT. We'll see if he is able to get the road power, keep it up.
Yep. All right. Road players 3-0. KT's looking to make it 4-0, but Abyan has the call. And Abyan still no 13 or 14 for game 4. What will it be for you?
Let's try 7.
7. All right.
The OG. Yeah. Let's try the OG.
Going on the low tier now.
Yeah, I don't mind that, JT, because I mean, he's seen some success, but just had that happen to him. Gonna see if he can maybe try and be more versatile in those card starts. It's definitely possible. And KT hitting the deck early, trying to grab a commanding lead, and here he sets up number efficiency, and KT is 2 color. And that might be a huge call for him right away. He's crossing to yellow, and he's got the options.
A defensive power play is also an option too. In that
Very
Carson
possible.
and Sean match, Carson left that game with his power play unused, so it's ever important that you use it while you got it.
Yes, yeah, it is game 4 and 2-1, but we'll see how that comes into play. Abyan down to 3, down to 2, and this back to red. Abyan, is he iced? Got a sense, but we'll see.
And,
Oh
that's a
my-
third win by Abyan.
Dude.
That
Abyan,
caught us
I
both
sensed
off
that the
guard,
7
didn't it?
was a really... I was just like, you had him 2-color there. I guess the 7 worked out, but, that's just how the... That's just how the game is sometimes. I don't really have much to say to you on that. Boss, I don't have much to say unless you do.
Nope, nothing really to say. I had 2-color the whole game. I had
Yeah.
just that red 7 saved. I tried to pick up something, just getting numbers. Actually, the reason why I went to red is because I figured if you go to red, maybe he ices, but what are you gonna do? I mean, the only thing I really could have did there was play my initial red 7, but I don't think that would have made a difference because at that point he had a wild and a +4 on a 7. Just can't do much on that. The only thing I could have maybe had done, and it would have been hindsight, is I play it, maybe force him to use a pluser, but then at that rate, the only thing I had in my pocket was just a singular blue reverse and 1 green skip. That's it. So no, he did the right read. Go drop it down after a win like that. You guys drop the momentum. I get it completely. I understand. That's the right move to do. Can't even fault him for that, for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough way to lose it like that, KT. I mean, obviously both of you guys still have yet to use the power play, so that's obviously a good weapon. But and I
Yeah.
ran out. Lost my train of thought,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that happens.
Man,
happens.
you're free, man. If you got to go.
Yeah, no,
understand.
yeah. He go run one more.
Yeah, I'll stick around for game 5.
We'll see.
Okay.
See, yeah, we'll stick it for game 5. So yeah, I don't have much to say on either
Yeah, there's
end.
nothing to say.
Minute 67 seconds. What are you gonna say about that? KT, it's back to you. Cannot be the sender. What'll it be?
Back to 14 we go.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good to me. Double up that OG. So Abyan had plan A, caught KT 2-color, and that was a huge one for him. And I mean, it's gambling, JT, but it's definitely, it was I felt like it was calculated the way he went down to that, trying to, it's a little high risk, high reward. And not even high risk, but high reward, because I mean it's either 2-2 because you get screwed on the luck, or you catch him in a tough one with a 2-color like that, and now you have a commanding lead as he goes for a reverse draw.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that he had the 2 colors and he couldn't quite get Abyan to make that switch that he wanted to, so he ended up not really getting it done that game. But he goes half off, 8-4, over into Nam.
Back
now into
to
Peter.
PO. Yes, sir. And KT hits the deck in blue. That's an early one. And Abyan is going to break him out with the yellow.
Yeah, now that should save him. That should free him up.
Yes. KT ahead by just 1. Can make it 2 if he can run on the yellow. Setting something up, sets up a triple, +2, puts himself back in the driver's seat. Flips the scoreboard a little bit, but now ahead by 6. With that, 15-9, Abyan sent back beyond the starting line, and here we are again, JT. Another moment where one player sent back to beyond the card start, and they have to work their way back. Not as big a deficit as we have seen, but another situation.
I mean, heck, they definitely aren't disappointing us with that kind of theme. But unfortunately, Abyan's back on that. That's the second time he's had that happen I can recall.
Yeah.
He's got to work his way back up to him.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 games so far have been that kind of thing where someone makes a play, sends them back far from where they are, and now they have to chip away. And there's some feast and some famine for that the comeback, at least. We'll see if Abyan can try and chip away. And he's still behind by that same 6 cards. And he's in a position to win this one. That would be a huge one for him. 3rd win on the year. He's currently 2-2, 9-6. He's going to have at least 12 game wins. But another win would be number 13. If he wins here, he'll improve to 13-7. KT at 7-2. Looking for win number 8. Obviously, one of those being the DQ win from the first time we tried to have this played. And he's looking to try and get it hit win number 8 to get over 40 game wins. He's got to win every game from here on out. He's got to win 3 straight. Running clean on green, as we say, and there's a +2 from Abyan, and now the chipping is starting to happen.
Oh yeah, that's easily that had to have been one of the cards he picked up, but with that +6,
yeah,
that had to have been.
That's a good spot to play it because KT was down to 4, and now Abyan's just within 2. But KT's gonna make a quick switch to red, and he dittos that Zach too. Still behind by 2. KT able to still play. They run it clean, and you got to start wondering if at what point can Abyan make another play if he has one to try and chip away a little bit more to make it maybe even or pull ahead. This might be the point where you see that happen, and yes, it is +2.
Yeah, again
into the Tapir 4. Abyan ahead by the possession arrow, and he has chipped away at the 6-card deficit that he was sent back to, but can he deliver?
Yeah, he's he didn't stack the +2s to make it a 6-pack. He spread them out. So
That's
I mean
good
that can
split
be
ammo
unique.
there, yes.
A real good plan that is.
Yeah, so that red switch helped him from KT there, and there's a he's splitting that ammo, JT.
And he's got the lead now too.
Pulls that reverse out, and that's huge. Just continues to move closer to the finish line. Abyan looking for win number 3 and a big one over the boss. But what does the boss do in response? Does he have anything to combat this?
It's going to be crunch time.
He's got a triple into his wild, into blue. And that is huge. He's down to dose, trying to pull the rug out and force a game 6.
Yes, it is. I mean, Abyan has a chance to answer back, though.
He does have a chance. He's still at 3. We haven't seen a +4 yet. This might be the point if he has it. He may have it. He's got a wild. He's got a wild, and we're even at dose. KT went for the blue, and power play.
He plays it. Check that out.
KT, it's defensive. It's a stall. And we'll see how that plays out for him if that was the difference. But he plays it on the yellow. He has nothing else behind that. Abyan's going to play a yellow 7. Nothing from KT. Abyan down to 2.
Abyan wanted that yellow, though. Is he gonna be able to close it out here?
He's going to power play.
He just might. He might do it.
No call out. Abyan, he's got it. It was yellow. Wow.
And that is it.
And a wild response. Abyan able to get it done in 5 over KT. My goodness, what a game.
Had nothing there. Try to go back door. You gotta throw the power play there. He's gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had no problem with your call there.
Honest to God, like I said in the beginning, no issue. We take the L. We got 7 wins on the year. We know the parity's going to be insane. It was a house money game anyway. We're in good shape, man. Like I said, there's the end goal, which is Super League, and then there's this tournament 3. We'll take the L. We'll come back humble next tournament, and we'll be ready to roll. But
yeah,
he did a good job. He did a great job tonight. The game 4 was kind of crap, but other than that,
game 4 was lame. But yeah, the rest of it was good. They were quick but good. Yeah.
No, man. I don't believe in Cardinal. I told. Yeah, sure, I got 0 +4s, but there are multiple games where I could have played a little bit better tonight, 100%, and I'll study the tape when I get time, and I'll look, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
I never, one of the cool facts, unless it's like a tournament win or something, I always study the L's more than the W's, because it's easy to study W's, you won.
Yeah.
Everything tastes sweet when you win. But when you L, okay, what can we take? What can we use the progression? What can we build for the next tournament? That's the beauty with 7 wins, man. You can build up to that resume, you can build up to all that, but you have all these reads, you get all the data, you think positively, and you'll be all right. So I'm all good with this. We keep it easy. We keep running and rolling. Glad the bot's fixed, and we'll see it in June. That's all that matters. That's all I care about, for sure.
All right, appreciate those thoughts. Abyan, again, I wanted to put the April incident aside, but thoughts on being able to come in here and get this big win for yourself. Obviously, now you're above 500, 3-2 after a 1-2 start. Thoughts on being able to do this kind of thing against KT? Obviously, we talked about Game 4 was kind of luck based. Didn't really have anything to say about that. But you always had the answers, and you really pulled out that split ammo when you're running down the final lap there in Game 5. Just being able to pull them down, and even with that wild prospect, just thoughts on everything in that Game 5, being able to close it out, and thoughts on the series overall, comments in general.
Am I allowed to send screenshots of my deck at the start?
Oh boy.
I mean, does it violate any rules? Can
No,
I
you're
send
fine.
screenshots?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
So this was my deck at the start. Almost all of them are numbers, and I'm
Yeah.
just kind of afraid that it might end up bad. So whenever Katie have like only 4 cards left or something like that, I just push the +2, just trying to delay the game even further. And luckily, I think Katie didn't really fight against it. We just play the numbers. He sometimes draw in it, so just keep on the same color here and there. And yeah, at the end, use the power play just to make sure that I don't bottle it.
Yeah, and talking about that Game 5 specifically, but thoughts on having being able to pull this out, obviously after the issues we had the last time, and being able to get this win, getting win number 3, and as well thoughts on playing Tapir coming up next round.
I think this is the first time I beat Katie in a series, so it's really cool that I can finally beat Katie, and it might took me 1.5 years, but whatever. And yeah, it's a good underdog run. I think beat the number 1 seed. I don't know who's my opponent next, but I'm just fully confident going to run.
Here's your next.
What's the seed number of the peer?
3.
Okay, another underdog run. So just keep 4, whatever. I'm 8, so
4.
yeah,
Yes,
just
I'm
another
sorry.
underdog
4.
run.
I'm at 4.
Underdog run for round of 16, and just want to keep my hopes up, keep the confidence high, and make sure I keep the pace and the same as before, not really pushing much. And well, yeah, just keep thinking on the proper starting card number, like what I did before, either low or high or low, or I'm not really going to go for the middle like 10 or 11. Just probably a little bit of spoiler for Tapir, but yeah, I'm not really thinking of going to the middle. Just either low or high for my starting point. I think that's it. Really can't wait to fight against Tapir.
All right, yeah. Appreciate those thoughts, Abyan. Congrats on the win. JC, final thoughts on this one as we were able to see it through tonight, just after 10 o'clock Eastern.
Oh no, yeah, it's it was a good one here. I mean, great work by Abyan to maximize all his action cards, his ammo, and using them efficiently and making all the right switches and being smart. It's real cool for him to be able to keep on going up. And while you got to feel happy for him. I mean, KT, it's tough to see him go out this way, because considering the issues that we had with the bot and all the technical difficulties that we had, right as we were going to initially begin this game, and he had to it got him off focus a little bit, and he did what he could, going after that. But like, I can't help but feel that if it weren't for that snag that we ran into, maybe KT would have had a more clearer vision, if you will, to maybe give Abyan a run for his money. But unfortunately, sad that he wasn't able to get it done. But still, I mean, KT though, I mean, it's he's got till June. Keep advancing up. Maybe we'll get that tournament win will come in 2025, and you can definitely look for him to do that eventually.
Definitely. Real quick, KT, how much do you think the bot issues affected your mindset?
I mean, that kind of sucks I'm not gonna lie, he's right. It sucks a little bit because you kind of get your pump up music. I got my pump up playlist, and
Right.
I'm ready to go. I'm juiced up, and then
I
you have that.
completely forgotten to ask about that because I was like, oh yeah, that's a point.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You know, it's just 8 o'clock's perfect. You know, ready for prime time, ready to go and ready to roll, and then you have to stop everything, and
Yeah.
you gotta try to lighten the mood. But honest to God, I'd rather have this now. So give it to me now than September.
Yeah.
But because listen, I got to make it happen next tournament though, because I do know T5 is going to be hell. Well, maybe we'll see. Depends how far we get into the league. But like I said, I'm always coming back every single time to say, well, you're not the host of the league.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, no, yeah, like both players had to deal with that delay, but KT was the one that had to go in and message a bunch of people to try and figure out why. So the delay is not the point I'm talking about. It's more about having to we talked about at the top of the show about how you're able to get in your office and everything, but you had to step back, put your host hat back on because you had to go figure out what the hell was going on. So that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. It's not easy, man, because you have to manage 25 things, and I do a great job of managing, but I slipped up this tournament. I've messed up this tournament. I'm not gonna lie. I messed up with Vapor in that one game with M, with the scheduling, and I've done mistakes. I still am a human, even though there are allegations that I'm a robot. But regardless, my right arm does have bolts, though. I'm gonna have to just massage it a little bit tonight. It's all good. But no, there's a couple things I'm gonna look back. I'll say it in my quote. We'll study the tape. Like I said, man, it's a loss, but it's May.
Yeah.
Is all that matters to me is running it back one more time in Super League in Bangkok, and then
yes, sir.
Have that special moment, man. It's gonna be fun. It doesn't matter even if I don't for some odd reason. I still got a host, right?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it'll be a spectacle. Yeah. So
it'll be great no matter who's there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but stuff doesn't like this affect me in terms of the bigger picture as a player. But as a whole, yeah, it sucks. But like I said, I now understand the reads. Now, looking back, I probably should just I got the data. Now, when that error happens, I reach out to Grim right away.
Yeah,
I'm still learning this thing. It's all progression. I have a positive mindset, as I always do. Nothing's really going to deter me. Like I said, Cody Lama said it best. You pack your suitcase, you go home, you get a little bit off the table, all good, no problem. We'll come back in June, fresh, ready to roll, and we'll see it through, like we always do. So, not a big deal.
All right. Appreciate those thoughts there. Thanks to Cody Smart for reffing, as always, and thanks to JT for company in the booth. Despite the delay, no, it's getting late, but we are done now for this one. So, Abyan moves on in 5, as you see on the bracket there. Tapir will await for this one, the other semifinal in the Soda region. It will be between the two winners from earlier today, Ed Ziemba and Hasim Acosta. Ed moving in 6 over Vapor, and Acosta 7 over Yoshi. We have one game left in round 2, and that'll be contested tomorrow at high noon Eastern time between the 7 seed background from Wales taking on 15 seed Pac Johnson. And Pac, another one of those players that found their first win of the year, looking to try and add on to that, so we'll see what happens with that as well. But that is going to wrap things up for tonight. Of course, thanks to both our players for hanging in there with us. KT falls to 7-3, 36-26. Abyan improves 3-2, 13-7 on the year. But make sure to join us non-stream at noon tomorrow for the final game of the round, and then of course D2 round 2 will be getting going on stream here, and then we'll be getting going. The action will starting as soon as Saturday. Reveal show tomorrow at that time as well at noon. Make sure you join us over there as well, or at 1 o'clock Eastern, I should say. But that is going to do it on behalf of everyone here at MRE Uno. I have been Not Sure. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you again for the next one, as the next stream will be in the Sci-Fi 16. Take care, everyone. Have a great night.
This has been a presentation of MRE Division 1.